Hey, welcome to this Geography Masterclass. Today we're going to learn about locating places on maps. My name is Mr. Salagaras and this is part of my Year 8 Geography course. Okay, so as we know, there's many types of maps that use different systems such as grids to help locate a position on that map. Today we're going to talk about three of these: alphanumeric grid referencing, area referencing or AR, and six-figure grid referencing or GR. We're not going to go into a lot of detail, just cover these really broadly. Okay, so alphanumeric, as the name suggests, use both letters and numbers to direct you to a location on the map, or more specifically, a box on the map, okay, or a grid. So you often see these ones here in, say, things like a street directory, for example. So you would use the letters down the bottom and the numbers down the side to help direct you to a location on this map itself. So say if I wanted to find where B3 was, I would go to B down the bottom and navigate all the way up to 3, and my location sits in this grid space. Okay, let's look at area referencing or AR. This uses, instead of numbers and letters, just two-digit numbers, so from 10 onwards. Okay, so two numbers, or I suppose you could use 0 and 1 as well. They're also to direct you to a location on the map. This is more specific. We're not necessarily talking about just inside a box. We're now talking about on the line itself, on the grid. So if I wanted to find this spot here, I would use both the bottom numbers and the side numbers and create a reference like this using AR at the front and then the two numbers. So from the bottom and then the side. So this spot here, I would go across and realize that it is on 25 and on 12, and I'd write that as AR 2512. So if I wanted to find out what this one here was, say a point here, I could go across on the bottom numbers and find out that it's 24 and that it is 13 on this side, and I would write it as AR 2413. So let's look at six-figure grid referencing. So this is, again, more detail than the alphanumeric and the area referencing. This helps us find an exact point on a map. It divides each of the squares that we used for area referencing into tenths. So there's an extra 10 sets of points of reference to make it more accurate. That's what I've done here to help you see that I've broken it up into tenths. So same process again. If you're locating it on the spot there, you use the numbers along the bottom and the numbers on the side, okay? But you also use the finer tenths as well. Let's talk about something else: latitude and longitude. This is probably one of the most important points to understand when you are looking at maps. Latitude refers to an imaginary line that forms a grid around the world. These run from east to west and run parallel to each other. So I've just drawn a really horrible example of the Earth here, and these purple lines here represent the lines of latitude. The blue one in the middle is the midway point, so it separates everything. This is called the equator. It separates the north and the south hemisphere. The other point that I want to tell you about is longitude. Longitude are just imaginary lines that run up and down the Earth. These are the red ones here. Okay, we use both of these together to help us locate specific points on the Earth. So latitude and longitude, and you can gain a grid reference from that. Okay, how I like to remember latitude is lat flat, so the lines are flat, and longitude, the lines run long up and down. Okay, so let's recap the points we talked about. There is a whole bunch of different ways of locating a place on a map. Often we use grids and we use numbers to help us locate an exact position. Okay, latitude and longitude refer to lines around the Earth. Make sure you watch this video again if you've missed any of these points. Subscribe to my channel and make sure you like this video. Thanks for watching.